Hi sunshines and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I decided to make a video about my violin case. I've had this violin case for about 2 years now, and I know that over time I actually accumulated bits and pieces over there, and some of the items might be very surprising for some of you. For me, probably too. So if you would like to find out what I actually have over there, stay tuned. Alrighty, so I got this Babylon case about 2 years ago at the music store where I got my violin, bow, my strings, Rosin, and everything else. They just didn't let me go without getting the violin case because, to be honest, I didn't have any and I wanted to pick up my instrument and they actually kind of insisted that I take it. Well, it was a proper upsell over there. I don't mind that because that's a very sturdy violin case and I don't regret getting that. It was a little bit pricey. I mean, I could probably buy it a little bit cheaper, but I definitely don't regret getting that from that music store that, sold me all the equipment and everything over there. So let's get to that. Let's have a look what I have in my violin case. Okay, straight from the beginning you can see that I have a tiny little container over here, and you might be wondering what's that? Well, these are earplugs. Gonna show you them. These are the earplugs that I have, and why did I put them on my violin case? Just because I normally forget to use them. I didn't use them back at the music school. I don't normally use them during my practices and rehearsals, even though I actually should. And to remind me that I have to pick one up and, at least protect my left ear, I decided to attach this tiny little case over here. And I think that it was one of the best purchases. Let me tell you why. Because you have to be a little bit mindful of your hearing. As violinists, you probably realize that the pitch of the violin is pretty high. So if you don't protect your ears, especially at the beginning stages when you're just getting into the habit of practicing and performing on stage and maybe rehearsing with the orchestra, it's a very good investment in terms of protecting your ears, safeguarding your hearing. If you don't want to be completely deaf by the age of, 40, 50, you definitely need one of those. What I like the most about mine is that they actually come into different sizes. My ears are very tricky because they're super small. It was always super difficult for me to find headphones. It's also very difficult for me to actually find any kind of nice hats or baseball hats or anything like that because my head is very small, so my ears. And I like that I actually have a choice of different sizes here, big ones and small ones. So here I probably have big ones and I have small ones somewhere, but definitely worth it, definitely highly recommended. I realized that there are certain ways how you can actually kind of improvise, and you can use cotton buds, literally just piece of cotton. You can put it in your ear, and this way you can also protect your hearing. It's very important. We want the practice to be as healthy as possible, as comfortable as possible, and if that's gonna help you reduce the noise levels and pitch from the instrument, why not use it? Okay, let's have a look what I have. All right, I have my old strings. I took my violin. I had to replace my E string because it was making some obnoxious sounds. And I did replace it, and I think my old string is, yeah, it is my old string here. I don't know why I'm keeping that. If anybody is like me over there, just, saving their old strings for unknown reasons, why do you need to have those? Seriously, I don't know. Leave this in the comments and let me know if you are just like me saving those. I have a cloth because we all know that we have to actually, kind of clean our violins from the rosin or maybe some other debris, and if you have any dust on them, I have my old bow case. Have no idea why I need this. I have my violin humidifier. While I was back at the music school 20 some years ago, never used these things. But when I picked up my violin, it was highly recommended to me that I actually get one of those. And to be honest, I don't regret it. You will use one of those if you want to make sure that your tone quality is great, that your wood of the instrument is great. Definitely worth the investment. I mean, they're not very expensive. They're probably about $20. But I don't use them during summertime because we have enough humidity in the air in the summer. But I definitely use that in winter when the air is drier. If you want to save money and don't want to buy those, you can just get yourself a sponge, add a little bit of water over there and put it in your case. That's gonna do absolutely the same function. If you don't, it's also absolutely fine. I mean, if your instrument is not Stradivarius, you are probably fine not using this. Oh my goodness, I have so many other things over here. Okay, that's second pair of earplugs that I have. That's probably bigger. I think I have smaller here and bigger size here. But what's also great that they give you another case for those. So you have two cases in one package. Absolutely great. You can, you know, just like I did. I saved it for later. Or maybe I'm gonna have my friends coming over to rehearse. Maybe we are going to create some kind of ensemble, and you know, one of them can borrow these things, and why not? Sharing is caring. Yeah, let's have a look. What else do I have here? Okay, let's talk about, so I found a few of those. I have mutes like this. If you live in the apartment setting, or maybe you live in a condo, you want to make sure that your neighbors are fine. You don't want to make them angry, and while you're practicing, especially if you're going over the passage again and again, you want to make sure that your neighbors are, you know, fine. So I highly recommend getting those. I bought those in a pack. I think it was 4 or 5 of them. It feels that they are slightly different. You have this, it feels that it's thicker kind of plastic, and this one feels a little bit thinner. To be honest, I don't see any differences in them. They perform about the same. You just put them on the bridge and they mute your violin pretty nicely. I am not going to say that they completely mute your violin, but you definitely have a reduction in pitch and a reduction in sound, for sure. I have 2 types of rosin here. I have regular one, so it says it's natural rosin, and I have hypoallergenic one. So that's my dog going crazy over there. What I found out recently, only in the recent years, I started having crazy allergies to the rosin. Never had any issue like that before, but in my 30s now, seriously, I don't know what's the reason for that, but I became highly allergic to natural rosin. The hypoallergenic one doesn't have any pine resin in it. I figured that when I'm playing at the concerts with the orchestra, my nose starts running and it feels so uncomfortable. I play in the first violins and it's literally like first row is right in front of me. I can't stop over there, stop playing and, you know, wipe my nose all of a sudden, because I mean, it's not going to be very nice. But it's uncomfortable because you literally sit and think, oh my goodness, what if something is dripping from my nose and I don't even know about that? And you have to keep on playing. You can't just stop. You can't do anything. That's what causes that. So I had to replace one rosin with another. And my advice with that, you have to be very mindful when you do that, because you have 2 options here. You can either wait until next rehearing for your bow, and then you're going to have brand new hair and you can use hypoallergenic one. That's perfect. It makes perfect sense. You can do that. Or you can actually clean your existing hair with alcohol, But here you'd have to be very careful because, and I'm talking from my personal experience, that's what I've done. I tried cleaning it with alcohol. It did clean it pretty nicely. The only problem was that all the hair became very sticky and then I had to brush it. And brushing those hair took me quite a while. It took me a few hours for sure to make sure that it, kind of, first of all, dried and then it unstuck. So I recommend going with the option number 1. When you have to rehair your bow, tell them that you would like to switch to a hypoallergenic one. Let them know that you're switching so that they don't use any rosin on your new bow hair. That's the story about these two. I still like to have the regular rosin in my case. Who knows, maybe I will need it at some point, but I doubt because I like this one so much. I don't see any difference in quality, any difference in sound or anything. So I'm sticking to this one and having this one just in case. Alright, we're getting there. Since we're talking about cleaning here, I also have a brush. Never used it, but it's nice to have over there. If I need to brush anything or sweep anything, maybe I will have some, I don't know, dust, debris, rosin leftovers. I have a physical tuner like that. I like having this because I don't come to my, let's say, orchestra seat with my phone, and sometimes I don't like bulky items by the seat over there. So it's very nice to just, be able to attach this, and when I need to tune, I can just press the button and tune right there. I don't have to go over my phone through like all the applications out there to search my tuner, or I don't need to physically come to the piano to actually, tune. So it's good to have it. I got it as a gift from the place where I bought, I think it was when I bought the bow. They just gave it to me. It was my birthday. Yeah, they gave it to me on my birthday. I just like having it. Plus, I like the fact that it was a gift. So it just, this warm and fuzzy feeling that they kind of gave me a gift. So, yeah. Eraser and pencil. Just in case, because you never know what kind of markings you need to do on your notes. And it turned out that a few times during my orchestra rehearsal, I didn't have those. Ever since I learned my lesson, so just in case, I put it in my case and have it handy whenever I need it. Few band-aids. Don't ask me. It just, again, I learned my lesson. That was, as you can tell, a very hard one, because just before the concert I was cutting an apple and I cut my finger. And taking that sometimes I go without my purse or without my bag to the rehearsal, that is actually quite nice to have it in my violin case, because it's right there. If I have uncomfortable shoes, or if I cut my finger, or I don't know, maybe some of my fellow musicians would need that, I have it. That's it. That's everything that I have in my violin case. Let me know in the comments if you have any items like this. Maybe I didn't mention some of the items that you guys have. Yeah, so until the next time, I hope you find it useful. Subscribe to my channel, watch my other videos, and see you in the next video. Bye!